I took a few steps closer until my face was almost pressed up against the glass, and that was when I saw it. Its face stared directly into mine, and I could feel the terror creeping up my spine. It was a cold night, but I wanted to work out. Little did I know I would barely escape that gym with my life. As I worked out, the power suddenly went out. I tapped on my phone screen looking at the notifications. A blizzard warning showed brightly at me, and I sighed. Damn, I really thought I'd be able to beat the snow. I'd better head back. I grabbed my gym bag and walked toward the door, but stopped in my tracks as I stared out at the snow. It was whirling and nothing was visible except for the drifts which had begun to pile up against the window. Sighing, I turned back to the workout machines. I guess you guys will keep me company until the blizzard's over, huh? I was about to sit back down and begin working out when I heard a faint noise at the window. It sounded like a tapping, and I thought it might have been some ice or snow hitting the window, but it seemed too regular, and so I glanced up. But the snowy darkness outside was too thick to make out what it was. I took a few steps closer until my face was almost pressed up against the glass, and that was when I saw it. Its face stared directly into mine, and I could feel the terror creeping up my spine. It was some kind of creature. It had a dark face, and all I could make out were the glowing white eyes beneath the long, drooping hair. Antlers sprouted out in every direction, and I flung myself backward in shock. What the hell are you? But the creature didn't move, nor did it respond. It simply stared at me. As I backed up, however, I stumbled and fell over some weights on the ground. My head hit something hard, and I blacked out. When I came to, I stared wildly around, looking at the window where the creature had been, but it wasn't there. The snow still whirled outside, but it was empty. I thought I had imagined the whole thing, but then I heard the tapping noise again. This time it seemed to be coming from inside the gym. My heart raced, and my fears crept back in as I slowly walked toward the sound. Hello? Is anyone else in here? There was no response, but the tapping continued. I felt a cold trickle of sweat run down my spine, and I walked slowly closer to the noise. It seemed to be coming from inside the bathroom, so I steeled my courage and turned my phone flashlight on. Walking around the bathroom, I didn't see anything at first. Suddenly, however, the light from my phone landed on something beneath one of the closed stalls. 2 goat's feet. My breath caught in my throat, and I quickly backed up. The tapping at the stall continued, and that's when I made a run for it. But no sooner had I turned around when I felt a cold, bony hand on my throat and felt myself being turned around. Get away from me! What do you want? It turned me around, and I could see the creature standing there, its eyes still shining with an eerie white light. Panicking, I began to kick wildly as it held my throat, until I finally managed to pull myself away and run. I dropped my flashlight, but I didn't care. I ran through the darkness till I saw the familiar shape of the bench press and then threw myself behind it. I could hear a tapping noise here and there, and I clamped my hand over my mouth. Suddenly, however, there was a silence, and then I heard the door of the gym creak open. Hello? Anyone in here? I saw a car parked outside. Hello? Hello? Hey, please, you gotta help me. There's someone or something in here with me. I sprang out from behind the bench press, running toward the officer. Whoa, come on, man, let's get you home. I'll call this in, but the weather is basically everything shut down. Hop into my car and I'll get you home. All right, thank you so much. And so I hopped into the officer's car and he began to drive. As we drove, the officer began to talk to me. So, what did you see back there that had you so freaked out? I don't know, man. It was some sort of guy, I think. But it was so weird. I'm not even sure it was human. Sounds like you might have had too much to drink, huh? I wish, man, but this was all too real. We drove in silence for a few minutes, until the officer finally spoke again. "Well, whatever it was, I'm sure you're safe now. Just try to get some rest on the ride home and you'll be back to normal before you know it. Sound good?" Yeah. Thanks. Again. And so I stared out the window, my eyes on the snow which fell all around the vehicle. It was so dark outside, however, that I couldn't help but see a bit of a reflection from inside of the car. It was then that I saw him. There was no officer sitting there next to me, but the creature. Its white eyes stared straight ahead, not even blinking. I screamed and threw the door open, jumping out into the snow. "Get the hell away from me!" I ran through the dark blizzard till I saw lights on the road. Waving my arms wildly, I begged for the car to stop. It seemed so far away, and I was freezing cold. My legs were going numb, so I was overjoyed as the car began to slow down. I just hope that this time, it's not that creature again. What do you think you're doing in my training area? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that there were assigned spots. There are, new guy! If I see you here again, I'll kill you! Understand? Yes, I'm sorry. Hey, are you okay? Barely. I thought Ivan would kill you. You have to be careful with that brute. Stay away from him. My name's Creed. Rocco. Hey guys, my name is Edgar, but everyone calls me Rocco. That one you just saw was my first day at the gym, and believe it or not, it wasn't the worst. After meeting Creed, I went straight to the gym owner and told him everything. I'm sorry, kid, I can't do anything about it. Ivan's a very big and dangerous man. Unfortunately, I'm afraid of how he might react if I tell him something. After that answer, I decided to leave the gym. I couldn't risk living with that monster. I set up my own gym in my house and started training, but a few days later I got an unsuspected surprise. My house was destroyed, the gym was ruined, and to make it worse, the invader hadn't left. Hey, who do you think you are trying to build your own gym? Mickey's gym is very empty and will stop working if people don't come. Tomorrow you'll start coming again, or else you'll be as trashed as your house. Do you understand? Yes, Ivan. I'm sorry. I'll be back. Good. After that encounter, I had no choice but to go back to the gym. I stayed as far away as I could from Ivan, who looked at me with a smile on his face. The man was a ticking time bomb, and one day he exploded. A new guy was using Ivan's favorite weights, and like me, he went to threaten him. The problem is that unlike me, the new guy tried to defend himself. Ivan punched him savagely in the face as if he were trying to kill him. With each blow, we could see his face getting more and more disfigured. Creed and I ran to separate them, and the new guy was saved by a miracle. Ivan was furious, behaving like a wild animal waiting to hit everyone in his path. Luckily, Mickey called the police and took him away. A few days later, for the first time, it felt like a normal gym, until something strange started to happen. Creed was behaving strangely. In a few days, he gained a lot of muscle mass, but his mood began to change. He was much more intolerable and violent. He almost looked like Ivan. I stopped to talk to him, but one day when he tripped over my backpack, Creed went crazy. He jumped at me like a furious animal and started slamming me against the wall. He didn't even give me time to speak, to apologize. He was red as a tomato and he looked like he was going to explode. When he let me go, I waited for him to leave to tell Mickey what had happened, and he told me that he thought he knew what was going on, but I had to go to the gym at night to tell me. I waited until dark and went into the gym. Mickey had left the door open. The gym was very dark, so I turned on my cell phone flashlight to see better. As soon as I did, I saw Creed. The giant of a man was clinging to the wall as if he were a spider. The wall had nothing to hold on to. Creed was holding on only with the strength of his hands. As soon as he saw me, the man came running towards me, furious. Rocco, I'm glad you came. I can use you for my training. I need you to hit me. Hit me as hard as you can in the face. I need to test my resistance.
Creed, I don't know if I should.
Hit me! Terrified, I hit him as hard as I could. His face barely moved a few inches. That's it? Come on! Keep hitting me! I hit him again and again to no avail. What was going on? It was as if he didn't feel my blows. More! After a few seconds, my strength had diminished. I was tired. Furious and disappointed, Creed jumped on top of me and started hitting me. Tell me, Rocco, do I hit harder than Ivan? I'm sure I could destroy him if I wanted to. Creed stopped and put his fingers on my eyes, putting more and more pressure on them. He was trying to kill me. Suddenly, we heard the sound of a shotgun being loaded, and Creed stopped. Mickey was getting closer to us. But the weird thing is that with every step he took, I realized he wasn't aiming at Creed. He was aiming at me. I see you're finally here, Rocco. I was afraid you wouldn't come. I didn't know how to kill you.
Why?
Ah! Let me go! Shut up! None of you will come out if you scream. You see, the reason Ivan, Creed, and all of them are here is that they're all trying out a new diet supplement that I gave them.
You're the one who's driving them crazy? Why?
Because thanks to me, they are huge. Look at what I've accomplished. It'll make me a fortune. But you ask a lot of questions. Unfortunately, you have to go. Creed, kill him.
Please no!
Creed looks at me furiously, but after a few seconds, he turns his head to Mickey and walks towards him. What? Don't come this way! Without hesitation, Creed grabbed him by the neck and pulled him in. Within seconds, Mickey was dead. Creed threw the old man down, grabbed a shotgun, and pointed it at me.
Creed, please, we're friends. Don't do it. This is not you.
Creed didn't shoot me. He walked with his shotgun to the gym mirror and looked at himself. Ah! I will kill you! Release me now!
Dude, let's get out of here.
I'm a monster.
What? What are you talking about?
Suddenly, Creed put the shotgun in his mouth and pulled the trigger. The police soon came. The men locked up were released, but they died within a few weeks, as did Ivan. I still go to gyms, but I only work out. And I have never and will never try anything someone tries to offer me. I put on weight last summer and was looking for enthusiasm to go back to working out. Finally, after New Year's, I took my resolution to regain a healthy shape. The gyms near my house all had morning slots, but I was looking for a more flexible time frame. So I enrolled on this gym 3 blocks away, which used to be open 24/7. I scheduled to go there late at night after getting off work. I drove my car and reached around 11 p.m. The receptionist was drooling on the counter while sleeping. I didn't bother her, just punched my membership card and got in. I certainly didn't expect anyone to be there at this hour, but to my surprise, there was this man. He was thinner than paper and working out on a treadmill pretty rigorously. We exchanged a look and he gave an awkward smile.
Okay, now I've got to tolerate this douchebag.
He was wearing too many clothes. I started on the exercise bike, but my eyes kept watching him. The more he kept working out, the more he sweats. After a few seconds, he took off his jacket. Whoa, isn't it hot in here? I nodded out of courtesy, but he began to be weird. Now, slowly, he started stripping. He took off his socks, then his pants, his t-shirt, and finally stopped at his white underwear.
Oh my god, is this guy crazy?
Even if he realized I was hating seeing him like that, he didn't bother. Instead, he started flexing his bony body like a beach hunk.
Okay, that's enough. Time to leave.
I went straight to the washroom to get changed into my regular clothes and leave. I also planned to let the receptionist know about this creep. But once I came out from the washroom, the man was sitting on the floor, hiding his face in his palms. He was crying.
Hey? Are you alright?
I try my best, but it never works.
Try what best?
To make girls like me. The girl who came before you also told me she was going to the washroom, but she never came back. I know she tricked me and left with a back door. Why do girls hate me so much?
Maybe you should stop trying so hard.
Saying this, I picked up my bag when suddenly the lights went out.
What the?
I heard the door lock click. Danger alert.
Hello? Excuse me?
The man turned on the flashlight on his phone, and I found him standing right in front of the door.
Move away.
You can't get out. I locked it. My feet tremble. A cold shiver ran down as I realized what this wacko has done. Suddenly, he crouched on the floor and started coming at me like a four-legged animal. I turned around to run. I also switched on the flashlight on my phone and noticed a back door on the opposite side of the room. I stomped on it, and luckily it opened. There was a stairway that went to the basement. I took it. My plan was simple. Find a safe place and then call the cops on Mr. Strip Creep. The basement was long, and at the end of it I could see a purple light.
Oh, thank God! There's a room! Someone might be there!
I stopped outside the room, and what I saw made my blood turn cold. 3 men wearing pig masks were hanging punching bags all over the room. The bags were dripping off a red, sticky liquid, and it smelt awful. Suddenly, one of the punching bags started moving, and a muffled scream of a woman's voice echoed. One of the pigmen started punching the bag, and he only stopped after the scream died down. Just then, I heard footsteps behind me, and I knew I am trapped from both ends. It was either that creep or these psycho killers, and I chose none. I quickly hid behind the pile of cardboard boxes in the corner and tried my best not to make any sound. Hey, beautiful. Time to go on a lucky date. The creepy man, unaware of what was happening under the gym, called me out, and I saw the pigmen turning their heads towards the door. Seeing the light, the man stopped outside the room, and the pigmen stared at him. I might have come to the wrong part of the gym. Did you guys see, never mind. Before he could run, the pigmen lunged at him and started to drag him into the room. No! Please let me go! I swear I won't chase girls anymore! Please! The pigman duct taped his mouth and put him inside one punching bag. I saw a window of opportunity to escape this freak show. I tiptoed to the stairs and was about to climb up when the alarms went off.
Damn it!
Turning back, I saw the pigmen coming towards me, and I ran for my life. When reaching the reception, I was blown away. The receptionist was now standing there with a grin.
We can't let you go. You have seen too much.
The pigmen took out knives and electric saw, and I was a few seconds away from turning into minced meat.
No, stop! You don't have to kill me. We can work a deal. What deal? If you let me go, I'll bring victims for you. I swear, I will. That doesn't sound so bad. A permanent supplier for our dark web meat market. Not bad at all.
And they agreed to let me go. It's been 3 years now. I go to work out in the same gym. Every week I picked up some random hitchhiker on my way and offer them water. Not knowing they're being drugged, they drink it. What happens next? Well, you already know. The girl goes missing, but as long as I'm doing my job, I'll be safe.